Hello there YouTube, and my name is Jamie. Yeah, it's been quite a while since I've made a video. Actually, it's been almost like a year. And I think I'm going to make a new YouTube channel. Don't know if anyone ever watches my videos, but you know, I just do this to kill some time because I feel like it. It's a bit of a hobby of mine. So yeah, let's go into it. Today I'll be talking about a game called Marvel Heroes. It's a free-to-play action RPG by Gazillion Entertainment. One of the founders of Diablo 2 and 1 was also involved in the development of this game. David Brerick. I don't know how you pronounce his name, but yeah, let's call him Dave. So yeah, where to begin? It's basically a Diablo with Marvel heroes and Marvel characters, which is pretty good. I'm not much of a Marvel fan. Well, I do like some Marvel characters in movies like Wolverine, Iron Man, Spider-Man, you know, some of like the main stuff. But overall, I'm not much of a hardcore Marvel fan. What really got me into this is the old like action RPG genre. What really got me into it is when I first played Diablo 3. I never did play Diablo 2, so that's why I probably didn't think Diablo 3 was so terrible like everyone else did. Blinded by nostalgia and blah 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 and all that good stuff. But yeah, overall I thought Diablo 3 it was a good game. It's my first introduction to the genre, so I thought, oh, Marvel Heroes is coming out. It's a free-to-play game, same as that. Why not give it a crack? Right then, what I think about the game so far. The story is well put together. We're going to be fighting very iconic Marvel villains and such. The story's nothing to write home about really. It's pretty, you know, the cliche generic, you've got to save the world. The story itself can take around, I'd say, 6-5 hours, but if you really rush through the content like me, you could probably finish it in a couple of hours. Now here begins my gripe. Now if you're a free-to-play player, you get to choose the choice between 5 classes: The Thing, Scarlet Witch, Daredevil, Black Widow, and Storm. Now each one of these classes have their different play styles and advantages. Obviously The Thing, you know, he's really big, beefy, like this rock guy, he's like a tank. Daredevil is more on the side of like an agile, like thief assassin class, if you would say. You would compare it to like Diablo or something. Storm, she's like a caster. She's more of like crowd control. Scarlet Witch is also a caster. She's good at taking out trash mobs and multiple enemy. Hawkeye is good at single target DPS. I'm one of the best in the game. And Black Widow, I actually don't even know what Black Widow is good for. I honestly don't know. I think she's kind of like a hybrid of melee and gadgets. But yeah, I'm not too sure. So these are the 5 characters you can start from. And if you want to purchase any more characters, you can go to the store. Now, I was going to list the advantages before the disadvantages, but I do have one gripe with this. Now, one of the main selling points of the game, obviously, other than the fact that it's free to play, is that you can get all the costumes and characters, in-game content from drops in the game. But let me tell you, I've been playing this game for, I don't know, a roughly good, no, I don't know, 40-50 hours. I've got like a level 34 and a level 25 Cyclops. And I've got loads of like gold finds stacked to my character, about, well, not too much, not too little, just like 15%. And I've literally ran into no drops of costumes or characters. Like, I'm not saying that they should drop out the sky or anything, but I'm saying a reasonable drop rate would, you know, encourage people to play more. My personal opinion about the shop is some of the prices on there. Whoa, jeez, they are really fucking overpriced. Like, if you compare it to the basically, if your currency is US dollars, for every 100G is equivalent to $1. Which, if you look at characters, there's only 3 characters out of this price, but it's ridiculous. You got like Iron Man, Deadpool, and who's the Spider-Man, obviously, and they are all priced at 2,000 Gs each. That is a whole whopping $20. Now in GBP, that's about I think 13 quid, which for one character is pretty expensive. You could go online now and you could probably buy a second-hand PS4 titled PS3 game for that price, or any game. which is kind of ridiculous. I mean, there are characters that are $15, $12, and the lowest price ones at the start was like $6 each. So yeah, to be honest with you, if you really want a character or drop, or any character drop in general, you'd just be better off buying it on the store, because the amount of hours you're going to invest grinding for that loot and potential drops is not even worth it. I mean, you could just get a job and like work for like an hour and you could have enough money, or not an hour, probably like a couple of hours, and you could have enough money to just buy it from the store instead of wasting hours upon hours of grinding and not getting nothing. That's my personal opinion. And some of the prices in the store could be lowered, because that's really off-putting to some people. I can understand if you're like a hardcore major Marvel fan, you want to get like all the Spider-Man, Iron Man, and all that shit. I can understand you paying that price, and that's not even getting. I haven't even gotten started on the actual costume prices of the game. Like, it's ridiculous. Some of the actual cosmetic costume prices are more than the actual characters themselves, which I'm like, what? Why? It's a costume. Why is it more than an actual character? That takes time to develop the skill tree, the voice acting of the character, the animation. Why is a costume more than an actual character? What what it makes no sense to me. Like, and some of the costume prices on here are more than you can get like on an actual like PlayStation game with DLC. It's ridiculous. Like $13 for a costume, $15 for a costume. It's ridiculous. So if you want to play, say for example, you want to play Spider-Man and you want to get the specific costume for him, like Future Spider-Man or whatever the shit is called, and so you have to pay $20 for Spider-Man. On top of that, you have to pay like, I don't know, $15 for the costume. So overall, you're paying $35 to play a character you want and for a costume you wanted to wear. It's a ridiculous amount to spend on a free-to-play game. I really think Gazillion should sort out the prices of pricing model of this, because in the long run it's just going to put off customers, in my opinion. Righty then, I think I should really move on to the to what I like about the game. I spent quite a while ranting about the price in the store. Oh yeah, no, I'm not done yet. Oh yeah, and another thing, if you want to respect your character, you have to pay a freaking $3 to get a recon item in the store. Yes, it can drop, but like I said before, it's one of those cases of the drop rate is so fucking low. You could be there hours and hours of grinding and a recon device will never drop. But luckily, there's a certain quest you do and it can drop for your character, so it's not too bad in that regard. But overall, the recon device, the respect devices or whatever you want to call them, should not cost a dime. They should be free in game. And the idea of them even costing real life money for a simple primary feature of respecting a character is fucking ludicrous, I tell you that. Sorry for the swearing. Okay, now I will try to move on to the good things. Alright, what I like about the game. Okay. Well, what I like about the game is the story itself is, it's quite got good production value. Characters there's quite a wide roster of characters, but then again, you really can only play as the 5 starter ones, and the rest you have to pay with in-game money, or pray to some miracle you get an amazing drop. But okay, it's actually hard for me to think of advantages for this game. Shit. Okay, I can only on top of my head. The story is good. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. The game sucks. Okay, I'm trying to think of an advantage here. That basically, when you breeze through the storyline, you I completed it at level 20, but the recommended level is 25 to beat Doom. But it was easy enough because I had a good party. And after that, you're pretty much it's the end game, and the max level cap is 60. Basically, what you do at the end game, you have this terminal, and it basically is a recycled content of the storyline. Although it's just the instances. So, for example, you've got a boss where you fight as a shocker, and it's basically like a mini dungeon. You go through, kill generic mobs, and then you get to the boss and kill him. And that's it. Then you get like the higher level of that. Like, keep working your way up till you get like to the final boss of the main game. And these levels are extremely repetitive. Like, I'm level 34 now. Basically, from the moment you beat the game, the only thing you have to grind on to level up is these terminals, and they are so fucking boring. I know there's gonna be end game content added, but at the meantime, it really is boring. I can tell you that. I don't know. Maybe in a couple of months, this game will be better after they add some new characters, more end game content, and and balancing. Don't even get me started on balancing for PvP. It is ridiculous. So yeah, at the moment the game is pretty good, but there's no actual like. Once you beat the story, it's good to play just for the story, I reckon. But once you beat the story, it pretty much is really boring and bland. The end game gets boring after a couple of runs doing it, and I just don't really. There's nothing really, you know, like keeping me want to play, apart from the boring grind. And yeah, I know Diablo 3 basically had the same boring grind where you were replaying the game over and over again, just different difficulty settings, but at least it wasn't just like, oh, you have these 10 instances that are all the same, which take like a couple of minutes to complete, and a boss at the end of it. At least playing through the whole game again was a bit more variety to that. But yeah, I've rambled on quite enough here. I would probably I'll still play a game every now and then, probably not as much as I did. As I'm doing now. So in a couple of months, I'll probably add more end game content variety, new classes to play as, and overall balancing classes. That definitely needs work, because they're just like characters which are fucking overpowered, and you've got characters like Wolverine. I love Wolverine, and he's just like shit tier character. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I really was going to break this review up into what I like and what I dislike about the game, but now that I think about it, the negatives outweigh the pros. I just don't know. So basically, if you're someone that wants to have a good time, when you want to play like a game, and you like Diablo style kind of action RPGs, but you don't want to invest any money on, this is actually quite a good fun game to play. But don't expect much after you beat the story and after you finish the main story content of the game. The end game at the moment, don't even bother. It is really boring. So yeah, this has been my review of Marvel Heroes. I'd give it a for a free-to-play game. It's fairly reasonable. I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10. Like I said before, a couple seconds ago, literally. If you got the free time and you don't want to invest any money in it, and you want to play like a cool action RPG game that's similar to Diablo-like style, give this game a crack. You got nothing to lose. It's pretty fun. But until then, until it has some like decent updates, I wouldn't bother with the end game. So as for now, this is me signing off, and peace out, people.